Yeah. What's up, man? Yeah, I got the ticket. I got the receipt. And they say that they were going to cover $50 and then I would have to pay the rest. And because of the way things got handled and the way things worked out, which I'm about to let you know about, I don't really know what the fallout's going to be. I have every intention of suing, just so you know. I already let them know. August 7th, 2020 memo from Charity Colleen Kraus to redacted for the time being because these are criminal charges. RE incident from 8/6/2020. Date 8/7/2020. Last night I clocked out at 10:08 p.m. Central Standard Time. I went to my locker in the bathroom and then went to go back to the area for quality control. I saw redacted leaving, as I understood her shift ended at 10 o'clock p.m. I told her I had to leave because she was leaving and what I had witnessed when and after she left me to train with redacted and redacted did not make me feel safe. I got my schedule and papers out of the quality control area and then went to my locker to get some things and leave. Prior to speaking with redacted, I spoke with the male security guard. He was in the security room with the lights off, so at first I was uncertain if anyone was there. He came out of the security room. I told him I was new, that something had happened that made me feel unsafe on the job, and that I was not abandoning my job but needed to leave and would call tomorrow. He went into the office while I went into the bathroom, and when I came out, he handed me a yellow post it note with direct quote, redacted, on it. I had requested he make a notice specific to me leaving, not because of abandonment, but because I felt unsafe. The safety issue occurred immediately after I was assigned to work on the floor with redacted and redacted. Redacted and redacted were also there at one point after I arrived. Redacted said to go over to the line where redacted was. I did, and she said to follow her. We walked up the line. There was a woman at a panel at the top of the short stair. I understood she was actively operating a machine involved with an active production line. Redacted went up the stairs from behind her with what appeared to be no advance notice and wrapped her arms around the woman. The woman appeared to be startled and laughed. I was immediately concerned that this was a potential hazard to the safety of the woman operating the line, using the panel and or to redacted, as well as anyone who may have been working in connection with that production line. I walked to the right of the stair and there was a pallet of boxes with two red rejected labels. On the top of the boxes was a closed purse handbag with no shoulder strap, and B, a plastic sandwich bag with chips. I asked, whose food and purse is this? The first time they either did not hear me or acted as if they did not hear me. I asked again, whose food and purse is this? They looked at me and redacted indicated it was the woman's. I said, and you're okay with this? Redacted and the woman indicated it was not of concern to them. I believe Redacted actually said as much, and the woman agreed with her. At that point, under those circumstances, I did say I quit. I then left. Redacted had said at least twice that they, meaning the people who were discussed, shouldn't, quote, play, end quote, like they do, referring to Redacted and Redacted specifically, but also to Redacted and Redacted. Even if Redacted does not discipline or enforce policy regarding potential sexual harassment perils, Redacted is not the supervisor of the woman operating the machine. I have not been introduced to their supervisors. Not only that, I originally applied for a job as a line operator, but was offered one as quality assurance. I have already been told that part of my job will be to, quote, check the line, end quote, at certain points, though as of now I do not know which. Policy requires food to be kept in the break room and personal items to be kept in specific locations. That handbag purse was not work related. If I were being required to, quote, play along, end quote, with other employees in important roles such as line operator or quality assurance, intentionally violating stated policies and compromising the safety of other employees, then I have no choice but to quit. Redacted had already acknowledged she understood Redacted and Redacted's behavior regarding inappropriate touching to be unacceptable, but had refused to enforce appropriate policy. It is not safe to leave me in that situation on my first day on the floor for training with no supervision. Redacted had already clocked out. There had just the day before been a hazard when a machine had been impacted by a burning rubber element and there was no on site safety supervision. Indeed, even Redacted did not know until she and I left the quality control area to go somewhere else on site and saw the smoke and smelled the burning rubber. If I do not have the authority to enforce potential safety hazards prevention policies, then I either need to know who will and when, or I need to seek employment elsewhere. This is through no fault of my own. If there are proxies or derivatives engaged on site during work hours, please know I already informed Redacted of my cognizability of such processes and understandings of the law. This did not meet any legal standard. Please advise next steps in writing. I signed my name. It was finished at 11:58 a.m. Central Standard Time on August 7th, 2020. Delivered on site before 3 o'clock p.m. on August 7th, 2020. I was told I was required to submit a report within 24 hours. It has now been exactly a little over a whole business day. 13 minutes till 5 o'clock on August 10th, 2020. I received no response. I was told to turn in my badge because I had abandoned my job. Clearly, I did not do that. I did what was required by the letter of the policy in order to address the situation with an understanding that the person who would have been in a position to actually address matters was not working at the time. To stay on site would have been unsafe for me and aiding and abetting unsafe behavior by other people who already knew better. And by the way, they did have a number of proxies running at that point, that day. I tracked it. And when I tried to inform them, they told me I was fired. Not the people that were engaging in behavior that absolutely violated their sexual harassment policy, not to mention made other people that were working a production line with heavy equipment that we had already been told did not have any sensors to automatically stop if somebody should get into the pathway, unsafe. The day this happened, I had to buy a pair of steel-toed boots. I bought those steel-toed boots less than 3 blocks away from that building of concern. It's on the same street. Did you guys watch me look up the directions online before you filed your public notice? Kiss my ass, Department of Justice. If you guys wanted to play FIFA, you should have gone to Central America.